What is going on, everybody? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Thursday NBA edition of my DFS podcast. We have 8 games on the main slate tonight. We also have Thursday night football between the Browns and Jets to look forward to, or try to look forward to, that is. Coming off of a weird slate last night. A lot of people got screwed over by the Nets. We all saw it coming, or not all of us, but a lot of us saw it coming with Mikal Bridges, but not with Cam Thomas or Royce O'Neal. No one thought that we were going to, see a sitting after the first quarter between Cam Thomas and O'Neal. We knew it was possible with Mikal Bridges. Some people bet a lot of the unders on Mikal Bridges, made a lot of money, which is smart. It just was never a sure thing. So for GPP, we did pretty well. Got lucky with Trendon Watford. He started the second half. I always knew he was going to play some more minutes with no Claxton, but it was kind of a guess, and we got lucky there. Scotty Barnes, almost 60 fantasy points. The Sixers kind of let us down, other than D'Anthony Melton played well. Kelly Oubre I had everywhere. He was a popular guy and just didn't do anything. Actually got lucky with 2 steals and 2 blocks. Could have easily got single-digit fantasy points. He played like shit. Maxey fell 2 points short of our best bet. Needed him to get 25. Has not been stepping up without Joel Embiid. Pretty tough 2 games out of him, but we live to see another day here. 8-game slate. We already have a lot of value. Luka Doncic just got ruled out for this slate. And then we have some extra value in Boston with no Jaylen Brown, although it's a 17-point spread. The best team in the league against the worst team in the league. Highest spread of the season at 17, I think, maybe 17 and a half. But let's get into things here today. As usual, 1 play for each position, 5 plays using FanDuel salaries. Like this video if this helps you out. Subscribe, put my alerts on so you don't miss out when I post my videos. Point guard, I love Anthony Simons. It's a dream matchup against the Spurs. It's a 4-point spread here. You have 2 fast-tempoed teams with bad defenses. It's a DFS dream. Love when these 2 teams play each other. If Wembanyama's going to put up like a 70 spot tonight, it's against the Blazers without DeAndre Ayton, but he's pretty properly priced. I like Simons a lot here. Shadon Sharp is still out. They're probably going to start Malcolm Brogdon again, but Simons is the number 1 on this offense, and he can put up fantasy points in boatloads. He needs 40 fantasy points tonight. He's averaging 39 since he came back from his injury. He's projected for 42 tonight. Don't have to worry about a blowout. It's a 5-point spread, a big 235 over-under. I love Simons tonight as a spend-up option. He's going to play anywhere from 34 to 37 minutes in a close game, and we all know he has mid-50s fantasy point upside, making him look like a really strong spend-up with this matchup against the Spurs. Shooting guard, we have to go to Jaylen Hardy, I think, with no Luka now. This game is, obviously a blowout risk in Minnesota without Luka Doncic, but Jaylen Hardy should be starting. Last time Doncic was out against Houston, we saw Hardy play 24 minutes. He needs 22 fantasy points to hit value. He can get there. It's a little bit risky, but if he's starting, he's going to look really good. And he can play in blowout. He can get blowout run as well, just because he's a young guy that they want to see play. It's a little risky. All these Mavericks are going to be a little risky tonight, but there's a lot of extra usage and opportunity without Luka, obviously, and Kyrie still out. That if this game stays remotely close, these Maverick players might end up, being must-haves. If you want to win any sort of money tonight. So something to keep an eye out on, these Maverick starters without Luka Doncic in the lineup. Small forward, we're going to look at definitely a cheaper guy. No Jaylen Brown. This might be a GPP play. He's not like a must play, but Sam Hauser should draw the start tonight with no Jaylen Brown. It's a dream matchup against the Pistons. There's a good chance, if they're up 20 in the fourth quarter, Hauser still plays because they like to get him run one way or the other. He doesn't do much when he's on the court. Last time, I think he started against the Kings, 34 minutes, only 17 fantasy points. But he has had some big fantasy point games this year. We know he's capable of it. He can hit threes. That's basically all he can do. So if he gets his shot going early, he could end up being a great play tonight. Again, he's not like a must-have right now, but he grades out pretty well with the projected start with Jaylen Brown out. He could find himself towards 20 fantasy points to hit value. For power forward, go back to the Mavericks. Derrick Jones Jr., a regular starter, him and Tim Hardaway. Now, if they do get blown out, guys like Tim Hardaway and Derrick Jones Jr. will not play. But what do we have for a spread? It's a 13-point spread, so obviously the blowout is possible. But if this game stays anywhere within 10 to 12 points going into the fourth quarter, these guys are going to play. He's been hitting value. He's going to play a bunch of minutes if it's not a blowout. He's been playing a lot even with Luka playing 35 minutes in the last two games. We can project him for over 30 minutes in this matchup if it stays remotely close. He needs 30 fantasy points to hit value. He's done that in the last two games, and he's obviously going to have a lot of extra usage without Luka out there. Again, we know the usage is going to be there. It's just a matter of how the game pans out, and if the Timberwolves, absolutely destroy them, you could get screwed over, but the value is there, the opportunity is there. So you definitely want to keep an eye out on these Mavericks when making lineups tonight. And then for center, how can we not go back to Andre Drummond? I don't even care that he's 9K. This guy, this matchup couldn't be any better. The Pacers play so fast. His rebound numbers on Prize Picks, like his projected rebounds, I think it's at 15.5. Just absolutely insane. The guy went 24 and 25 against the Hawks. Vucevic remains out for the next couple of games. He might end up being 10K for the next game if he ends up playing like he did last game against the Hawks. It's a similar matchup. The Pacers play a lot like the Hawks. Bad defense, fast tempo. Drummond should be fine. Ran into a bunch of stocks as well. 2 blocks, 3 steals. No Zach LaVine either. So, you have Kobe White, DeRozan, and Andre Drummond as like the 3-headed horse or 3-headed dragon, if you rather, for this Bulls offense. He could go off. Minutes are not a problem. He played 38 minutes. Probably got an extra couple of minutes than projected because he was playing so well. But we all know he can play 32 to 38 minutes tonight, and the matchup could not be any better against the Pacers. And forgot to mention, Tyrese Halliburton is questionable tonight, so that could open up a lot of stuff for this Pacers team, especially because Bruce Brown is already out. So we have some value already in Indiana, and it could get really chalky really fast if Halliburton is ruled out. Drummond, though, I love at center tonight. I think he gets 40-plus fantasy points, which is what he needs for value, coming off of a monstrous 68-point game last game. And the matchup is just as good, if not better, here tonight. There's no reason not to think that Drummond doesn't cook. All these prop apps and sports books think he's going to cook again, with his prop of rebounds being at 15.5. So I like Drummond. I like spending up. I can't believe in 2023 I'm paying 9K for Andre Drummond, but it looks pretty good. There is other center value, though. You got DeAndre Ayton out for the Blazers. So we saw Moses Brown start for them last game, but it was Duop Reath who really cooked off the bench. Even if Moses Brown starts again, Reath is going to have a good chance of playing the minutes for DeAndre Ayton. He played 32 minutes, 25 and 9, had the game of his career. He might even find himself in the starting lineup. He's usually in the rotation as the backup, and Moses Brown is not. So it was weird to see Moses Brown start. It was kind of like a Thibodeau with the Knicks situation with Jericho Sims starting over Isaiah Hartenstein before Sims got hurt. Just kind of a weird move, but Reith looks good one way or the other to play 25 plus minutes tonight. And then one other guy I'll throw at you with no Bruce Brown. We saw Jalen Smith start over Obi Toppin last game, and he played pretty well. 22 minutes, 12 and 8, 31 fantasy points. If he's going to play 20 plus minutes at this $4,200 salary, he's going to grade out really well tonight too against the Bulls. 21 fantasy points is what he needs, and he's a fantasy point per minute guy, if not better. He just has struggled to see the minutes, but he might have taken over the starter's role over Obi Toppin as the Pacers look to change it up a bit with their starting rotation. That'll do it for this video, guys. Thanks for stopping by. Like it, subscribe. Let's have a big night on this main slate. Might play the after-hour slate, too, with the 3 games at 10 o'clock Eastern, and then NFL Thursday Night Football. Till next time, I am the FD Guru.